What's up guys, good morning, welcome back to a brand new video. If you watched my vlog yesterday, you'll know that I'm currently in the UK celebrating Monica's 21st. I'm back home for 2 days, but I said that I was still going to bring you content every single day. Now this is one of the bonus videos. I'm going to go through the whole, or maybe not the whole thing, like more sort of the key points, the key highlights, the standout parts from my race with the Vegan Cyclist. I'm sure you all know the result and the outcome of that race, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk you through it, talk through my mentality during the race, and also give a few details, a few initial concepts of the rematch, which is definitely going to be happening sometime in the near future. I can't exactly say when yet because we've not sat down and discussed a date. But without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. So, starting here, 4 seconds to go at the very start of the race. So, there is a lead-in to the climb. There's a 7.7 kilometer lead-in to the climb. Now this is where things turned a little bit controversial to start with. Like, I mean, before we'd even started the race, things got a little bit hot and heavy. So, you might have seen on Vegan's video, how he said that, you know, we planned to ride super easy to the main climb. We planned to ride real steady to the first main climb, and like obviously they were the messages that went back and forth between me and him, but it's simply a case of misinterpretation, miscommunication. I sort of thought that when he meant ride easy, like we're still going to sort of ride easy towards the front of the group, you know, in the main bunch, because okay, so it says there's 951 people here, but this doesn't account for the late starters. I think I heard in the end from Zwift or whatever that there was 1,300 people in total, so it kind of just lagged itself there at 951, and you know, I didn't want to get myself stuck behind 1,300 people, because that's probably about a 2-minute gap just being in behind such a big bunch of people. Like I've never seen that many, like so many people in one place on Zwift before. It was just incredible. It was actually incredible. So yeah, my sort of thinking behind this was to stay towards the front, but ride fairly easy. I say that as I'm doing flipping 500 watts per climb. But I mean, it was only a short climb. As you can see, my heart rate's 175, which is kind of tempo. I'm not going full gas by any means. It was just a case of, you know, keep towards the front of the group. We got 6 kilometers to go here, and then from the bottom of the climb, it's man on man. The best rider wins. We go full gas. But what didn't appear to me was the vegan. Like I'm obviously hesitating here because I'm trying to work out where he is. He's the red beacon, I'm the yellow beacon, but I don't think, like, is he in this big group that we're in now? I wish that I could turn my camera around and look back. I wish that I could look back, because apparently he was way off the back already, but you know, to me it looks like there's one big group, so that's all I'm saying. To me it looks like there's one big group, so we're all in the same group at the minute. But yeah, maybe, okay, we're gonna, for argument's sake, we're gonna imagine that he isn't in this group. He isn't in this group. He's off the back. I didn't know. You know, all I'm thinking about here. I'm not thinking about the vegan. All I'm thinking about here is take it relatively steady. As you can see, I slipped back in the group there. All I'm thinking of is take it relatively steady, but stay towards the front. The key here is stay towards the front, because you know, we don't want to get ourselves mixed in with all the other people, just because you get a few sticky drafts, they call it. You can get, you know, you can drop a lot of time just by getting stuck behind, or not stuck behind riders, but you know, if you imagine there's 1,000 riders in front of you, to go from the back to the front of that 1,000 riders, it's going to take a long time. It's not necessarily just a case of riding through the bunch. Your Zwift avatar goes in and out, and it just takes time. So all I'm thinking about is staying near the front. I'm not thinking about the vegan. And then in my ears, as you can see, I got some headphones on. In my ears, the guys, the Cycling Hub boys, are telling me that the vegan is not in this group. So I'm trying to communicate with them a little bit and say, you know, find out what's going on. I'm just sat here sitting pretty at 44, 50th position. Yeah, I'm just worrying about my own race. So I'm trying to get those guys to tell me what's going on. And it you know, so far at the minute, I don't know. Is he here? Is he not? With no confirmed. Man, I'm already popping a gel. Look at that. Some boy already popping a gel. I knew I was in for a hard ride. You know, when you're 4 minutes into a ride and you're popping a gel, it's not going to be a pretty day. Anyway, yeah, so I'm kind of thinking, you know, there's a bit of a gap here. I'm thinking, oh, I want to stay to the front of this. I'm not worrying about the vegan. Where is he? And then suddenly we got a message there saying, Cam, let's regroup. So I'm thinking, so then I'm like, all right, he mustn't be here. Where has he gone? So then I'm asking the boys, do I sit up and wait for him? Because the race has started. The race started from the flag drop. Even though we'd kind of agreed that we're going to take it fairly steady until the bottom of the climb, it wasn't completely, it wasn't we hadn't officially said we're going to do a neutral rollout. So I'm thinking in the back of my head, I've got like the angel and the devil on my shoulders. One side is like, right, crack on, this is it, we've got a good gap. Brilliant race tactics, we stayed at the front, we're kind of in a little bit of I mean, I say it's a breakaway, it's probably a group of 200 riders. But we're in the front group, you know, this is good, we're in the drafts, we're saving energy, we've made a nice little dent on the time ahead of the vegan, and all we have to do now is once we get to the main climb, all I have to do is check out where he is on the climb, check out where I am, and just match his effort. Then I know if he goes harder to try and catch me, I can try and go harder for a period of time and just maintain that gap. You know, I really was starting to think of the strategy behind how I'm going to win this race in the back of my head. Then on the other side of the shoulder, I had the angel telling me that no, Cam, you know, let's go again. Let's make it more interesting for the viewers. You know, maybe the vegan got dropped because it wasn't his fault. Maybe he got stuck behind some guys that were getting dropped and he didn't want to use the extra effort to go around them. Maybe there's a whole host of different reasons, isn't there? There's a whole host of different reasons. I'm getting texts. So then I'm like, right, maybe I should wait. I'm getting more texts. Yeah, so anyway, I'm thinking, you know, I'll get over this climb here, then maybe we should wait. So that way it's going to be equal from the bottom. If I'd have gone on and continued in this front group and you know, and won, or not won, but beat the vegan and won our race, all he's going to say is, you know, we arranged that we weren't racing to the climb. You know, you didn't beat me fair and square. You cheated. Maybe he would have said that. I don't know. He didn't say that, but you know, I didn't want any discrepancy. I wanted it to be a simple man on man. The best rider wins from the bottom of the climb. So that's why I made the decision to sit up. Honestly, to just sit up. Even though I'd already done this effort, I'd already exceeded quite a lot of energy. I decided to sit up and wait for the vegan. So I'm just going to skip ahead here. Alright, I'm going to start playing it again here. We are 17 minutes and 48 seconds into the ride now. The vegan is coming up behind me. We're on a downhill section, as you can see there in the top right corner. He's the red beacon, so he's coming up behind me. We're going on the downhill. So he's coming up pretty fast. I should be upping my power a little bit more here actually. What are you doing, Cameron? What are you doing? Stop talking. Concentrate. Yeah, so anyway, here he is, the vegan's back. We're back on terms. We're both next to each other. The vegan has, arguably he's had more of an easy ride into the foot of the climb. We are about, I think we're about a K from the bottom. We're about a K from the bottom of the climb. Arguably he's had a little bit of an easier ride, but it's all good. It's all good. Obviously I'm talking, I'm laughing, my heart rate's back down nicely to 152, 153. So I'm not feeling bad at all. I'm feeling okay. Eric Min is in this group, the Zwift CEO. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Shout out to Eric Min. Cheers for such a sick platform, innit? Cheers for such a sick platform. So here we go. This is it. I'm sending a group chat. What am I sending? Oh no, I decided not to send a group chat. Vegan said game on. So this is it. Right from the off, it was a game of poker initially, as you can see. You know, I mean, we haven't started to climb yet, but I'm sort of foreshadowing what's about to happen. It was a little bit of a game of poker to start with. We were both riding at our own, not our own paces. We're both riding at a similar pace to each other, but it was just like one sort of hard tempo. My plan was to stick around 350 for the first sort of half of the race, and then I would react to hit any attacks, and I would raise the pace in the second half. So what you probably didn't see in my initial video, or what I didn't tell you guys, was that I had another computer screen set up, and on that computer screen I was showing the Vegan's, I was showing his screen. I was showing his screen, basically what I'm seeing here for me. I was seeing what he was doing in real time. So I did that so I could see his power, his heart rate, and his cadence. And it would probably, it helped me to give me a little bit of an indication as to how hard he was going. Try and read into his tactics a little bit, I guess. But more so just so, I knew how I was going, and I had him next to me, his screen next to me, so I knew how he was going, what power he was doing. If he was attacking, I could see instantaneously his watts going up rather than having to wait for his avatar to react in the game. Yeah, it's just a nice little thing to have next to me. It's a little tactic that Tim came up with, so shout out to Tim for that idea. And yeah, here we are coming into the bottom of the climb. It's about to start. I thought it was starting like 2k back, but yeah, we haven't even started it yet. This is a big group. Shout out to everyone who sat up as well and waited for the Vegan, and fancied joining in on the action, because this is cool, man. I'm not gonna swear, but this is cool. This is very, very cool. So I'm gonna skip ahead to when we actually start the climb, because I'm just trying to. So here we go. We're gonna skip ahead to 22 minutes and 39 seconds. Me and Vegan are both in the same group. Eric Min there saying bye-bye. That's his day done. He's gonna sit, well, he's not gonna sit up, but he's gonna ride his own pace. He doesn't want to get involved in the fun. Yeah, me and Vegan are in the same group. As you can see here, he's slowly making his way up. He's slowly moving up the group. I'm sort of stuck behind a few guys, but I'm doing 400 watts, so it's kind of, I probably wouldn't want to be going any harder at this stage anyway. It's a long effort. It's going to be a 40-minute effort. There is, how many sectors? 21 sectors in total. So I don't want to go out too hard. As you can see here, my average for my first sector, you've got the averages there in the top left, was 369, 368. But the Vegan put in a little dig early on. Now, I don't know whether this was already always his plan, or I don't know whether he did this because, I'm speculating. That's the word. I don't know why I said it in such a weird voice. I'm speculating here, but I think, or maybe he did that initial first attack because he knew that I'd pressed, I'd ridden a harder race into the bottom of that climb. So maybe he knew that I was, I'd got a little bit of fatigue in the legs. He was a lot more fresh. So he wanted to put in a bit of a dig early on, just to wake me up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm speculating. He probably just rode off. He probably just got into himself into a group and was riding quite hard at the bottom, and I didn't want to go as hard as that. So, initially I didn't really react. As you can see, my watts are maintaining sort of 350 to 380, which is exactly what I wanted to do, what I wanted to sit at. I don't want to go too hot, too deep, too early. I'm doing a 40-minute effort here, and I know my FTP is around 363, I think it was, to be precise. So I probably don't want to go much harder than 370 watts at this stage. So my plan was, I can see he's got a clear gap here. He's got a clear gap, but I wanted to just keep him there. I wanted to, I didn't want to catch him. I didn't want to catch him. I wanted to keep him there, so it kind of it leads him into this false sense of security. He's thinking, right, Cameron's suffering. He's not closing the gap. He's there. He's maintaining the gap. He's not suffering, or he is suffering, you know, and I've got the upper hand here. And it kind of, you know, it leads him into a little bit of a false sense of security. Whereas I'm perfectly fine. You know, my heart rate's 179. I'm still good for another 25 beats. And yeah, so this was going to power, and I'm trying to remember, it was 2 weeks ago now, and I don't think that I felt on my top form that day. I think I'd had quite a hard week of training, and I came to that race a little bit fatigued, I think, and you know, I didn't feel 100%, but like, I didn't feel bad. You know, I'm not gonna make excuses. I didn't feel on top of the world, but I also didn't feel bad. So yeah, his gap's increasing a little bit, so I'm starting to think here, right, maybe we should bring him back a little bit. Tim's there in the background saying, Cam, you know, you want to be careful with this gap. It's starting to increase a little bit, and I'm thinking, right, you know, you're probably right. I'm up in my power here. I can see he's doing around 350. From what I remember at this stage, he was doing around 350 watts, so I'm doing about 370, 380, which is slightly higher in terms of watts per kilo. I weighed in at this race at 73 kilograms. The vegan weighed in at 68 or 69, I believe. So, you know, I'm doing slightly more than him in terms of watts per kilo. As you can see, you know, I'm upping it to 390. So, you know, I'm thinking about closing this gap, or not closing it completely, just closing it down a little bit. Just so it's a little bit more manageable if there's any attacks, and I can quite easily get on terms and react to anything and whatnot. Now, I'm going to fast forward it again to when I do actually, because I do catch back up to him. I sort of leave him out there for probably, I don't know, a few kilometers. Okay, so this is the moment that I catch him. I'll catch back up to him about 39 minutes and 30 seconds. So we have got, how many sectors left? 11 corners. We're over halfway. And I thought it was about time that I got back on terms with him, just because we're getting into the latter part of the race. 6.8k to go, 6.9k. This is when the attacks start to happen. You know, we're starting to up the pace a little bit. So I wanted to get back on terms, and yeah, I got, you know, as you can see there, I'm clearly starting to suffer a little bit. My heart rate's up at 189, so yeah, around that corner I did ease off a little bit. Well, I'm only doing like 280 watts here, so I'm taking this opportunity because I think he was also he was also pressing on as well. So when we both got back on terms, we both decided to, it's kind of like a mutual thing, that we would ride easy, that we're not riding easy, but we had a couple of seconds to get back into things. He was suffering, I was suffering, and there we go. I just sent a message there to say, so Ed Laverack of JLT, no, he's not JLT Condor anymore, is he? Who's he ride for? He rides for Zwift Carbon Pro Cycling, I think is the name of the new British UCI team. He rides for those. Great climber. He was in this race, and he was actually pacing me, so yeah, he's there behind me at the minute, and I just sent him a message saying 5, Ed, and all that means is I wanted him to set a pace of 5 watts per kilo, which is around sort of 360 watts in terms of power, and I just wanted him to pace me. He wanted to pace me, so that's the power I asked him to set. This way, you know, it's nice to just have someone on your side so late into a race. It's just nice to have that security. Just someone to, you know, who has your best interest at heart, shall we say. So yeah, I don't know, not a lot happening at the minute. We're both riding threshold, we're both riding hard. Now, what I did notice, one of the interesting things that I did notice, I was looking at Vegan's screen, and you know, his power didn't really drop below 340, 350 the whole race so far. And according to Zwift Power, his FTP, I mean, someone's going to correct me here in the comment section, but I think it was around 315, which means he was probably, what is that in percentage? 20% over his threshold? 20% maybe? Now, according to whatever. You can't do 20% over threshold for such a long time. So, you know, I thought my thinking was that he's gone out real hard. He's gone out real hard to try and crack me mentally, to think that he's so far ahead and he's so strong and he's leaving me, he's riding away. And then I think, okay, this is it, game over. I can't do anything. I might as well sit up. He's won. He's beaten me. But then because I knew what his set FTP was, I was looking at his power, thinking, right, he's riding ridiculously hard. Like he can't sustain this. There's no way. There's not a chance on earth he can sustain this. So I was kind of just waiting for him to crack and wait. You know, at this stage I feel alright. I'm just sat at threshold. You know, I mean, you don't feel alright when you're sat at threshold. You flip it. I'm trying not to swear. You are flipping, going pretty hard. And you just it's all about managing the effort, isn't it? It's all about, you know, you've been there, you've done a threshold, you've ridden a climb hard. You're into your own little rhythm. You're keeping it going. And yeah, I was just kind of waiting for him to crack more than anything. I was looking at his power. He's still doing 350. And then, you know, then I decided to attack. I'm going to skip ahead to that point. So here we are. We've got over 3 kilometers to go. We got 6 corners, 6 sectors, and he's still riding at the same power of 350. And I'm thinking, mate, this guy's, you know, he has to be cracking. So I feel okay. Don't feel too bad. So I think, right, all right, let's go. Let's throw a dig in. Let's attack. Let's see what he's got. Let's see if he's got anything. So, you know, that's what I do. I don't want to go full gas. You know, we've still got 3.7 kilometers, 3.6k to go. I don't want to go full gas, but, you know, 420 watts. We're pressing on here. We're doing 6 watts per kilo. It kicks up a little bit here at 8%. So I thought, you know, let's throw a dig in. Then I see there in the bottom corner, his numbers turn orange. He just jumps straight back into. So whereas I like wound it up and put it to attack, he sort of let me go a little bit and then he jumped. So that's clearly what he's much better at he's much better at that than me. He's much better at that jump, whereas I like to wind it up. And then he counter attacks me. So as you can see, he jumps again. He attacks. And that's what I really do. That's what I'm getting more text, man. My phone is going mental. That is what I really lack. You know, that's what I really lack. I did, after doing that first attack, I recovered for a little bit. Then he countered me. Then I had to get back on terms. And you know, 192 heart rate. I'm suffering here. You know, I'm starting to. It's hard to just hold on. I think he realizes I've got back on terms. So as you can, his power there drops as well to like 3.5 watts per kilo. So we're both, you know, we kind of call it truce here. I attacked, he got back on terms. He attacked, I got back on terms. We're both just done an attack. We're both hurting. So you know, for a few hundred meters anyway, we're both just knocked the power right down. No one can do anything. So yeah, that's what we both decided to do. Just have a minute, regain regain some energy, I guess. Regain some energy. I'm starting to look at my cadence here. It's 82. You know, that's all right. That's like the lowest you want it to really be at this point of a race. You know, when you have higher cadence, your body's able to process lactic acid. It's able to flush lactic acid around the body much easier. There's less buildup of lactic acid when you're doing a higher cadence. So it's always good practice to ride at a higher cadence, whether you're doing an effort, whether you're not doing an effort. So yeah, I'm really having to focus here to keep my cadence high. And I'm also looking at his cadence, and his cadence has dropped down to 70, 75. So I'm thinking, mate, he must be swinging. All I need to do is ride tempo, throw in another attack, and you know, there's no chance he can beat me. There's no chance he can beat me. I'm going to fast forward here. We're both kind of just riding tempo / threshold. Well, I mean, 250 watts. Not exactly tempo. We're both just recovering. Okay, so we're inside 2 kilometers. We've got 1.9 to go, 57 minutes and 45 seconds. And I decided to go again. rightly or wrong, like this, in hindsight, this is the attack that finished me. You know, I shouldn't have done this attack, but I thought we were both in the limit. Like, I'm looking at his heart rate, I'm looking at my heart rate, we're both in the limit. It now turns into a case of, it now turns into a game of who wants it more. And you know, I wanted this. There was a lot of pride up for stake. You know, we had a lot of guys in here watching. I also had a live stream on my Instagram, which was like there's 700 people watching. I had a lot of, even though I don't really feel like the pressure from people, like I want to put on a show, I want to put on a performance, I want to make it exciting for people to watch. I want to do, and I want to win. You know, at the end of the day, I don't care about anything else. I want to win. I'm here to win. I never turn up to start line and think, oh, I want to get around today. I want to set a new FTP. You know, I was here to win. So I attacked, thinking that was he was done. He was smoked. But then he got back on terms again. Somehow, I'm looking at his power, thinking, how is he doing this? And then he counters. Somehow, he counters. I have no idea how. Clearly, he just had a bit more left in the tank. You know, I'm doing 450 watts here, and he's pulling away from me. He's doing, I don't know, 500 maybe. He's on the Tron bike, which gives you a bit of an advantage. But regardless, you know, regardless of our equipment, this is the moment where I knew that he had the race. That last attack finished me. That last attack, I shouldn't have done it. I should have just sat on the wheel until, you know, because maybe I could out sprint him. I've got a decent kick on me. I don't know how Tyler sprints, but maybe in hindsight, I should have sat on there, waited for him to do something, react to him, and then I countered. So he kind of waited for me to do something, and he countered my attack. And you know, it's straight up here. We're both riding. There's no tactics involved. He's riding away from me. He's doing a higher power. He's stronger at this stage of the race, and it's as simple as that. You know, I'm swinging, man. Look at my face. My face. I'm all over that bike like a. I won't say what I was gonna say, but yeah, he's just pulling away from me. 1.3k to go. He's probably got about a 10-second advantage, maybe 15 seconds at this stage. So, you know, once he gets that gap, he doesn't really pull away. Once he gets that gap, I managed to like react, well not really react, he's flipping 15 seconds up the road, but I managed to hold myself out of that gap. I just didn't have that like 5% more to go slightly harder to bring him back. Yeah, mate, it's hard watching this. It really is hard seeing him just pull away like that. I'm thinking, Cameron, pedal harder. You absolute donkey. Yeah, fair play to him, man. Absolute fair play to him. I've got nothing bad to say. He beat me. He's pulled away fair and square. He just had something left in this final 2 or 3 minutes. You know, we've been racing for 40 minutes. We're both on the limit. We're both going as hard as we can. And yeah, I kind of, you know, Tim was shouting at me, you know, 800 meters to go, 600 meters to go, just give it everything you've got, and that I really was. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. He was better. He was simply better. This is the final little kick. The finish actually flattens off a little bit, but you know, if I was within 2 or 3 seconds, maybe I could have kicked and got back on terms. But you know, with this gap, I think we finished up at 12 seconds. He was 12 seconds ahead. So you know, with this gap, how it is, there's no way I can kick to get back on terms. I just have to ride hard to bring that gap back. But you know, I've watched Vegan's video. I've watched his video, and at the end of it, he said that, you know, that's the hardest. I think he said it's the hardest he's ever gone on a bike for 40 minutes. So, and he also set a new FTP of. He increased his FTP that day by like somewhere between 10 and 20 watts, which is incredible. Like that's for I think he's a Cat 2 racer in the US. To increase your watts by that amount, that's impressive. That's all I'm saying. That's very impressive. Very, very impressive. So yeah, congratulations to the Vegan. The stronger man won. And you guys have been asking me about the rematch. Is there a rematch? Is there a rematch happening? And yes, mate, I had so much fun. I had so much fun. It was so close. We were both, especially towards the end, we were attacking. He was attacking, I was attacking. It was going back and forth. You know, of course there's going to be a rematch. I was a little bit heavy in this race. I'm still in this kind of initial building phase of my training, my pre-season training. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. So, you know, a few weeks in Calpe, or a few sessions in a few weeks in Calpe, some more training, drop a little bit of weight. I race around sort of 70 kilograms. I had 3 kilograms that I need to lose. March time, you know, I don't want to do it too soon, but there's going to be a rematch. There's going to be a rematch for sure. We're thinking we might do it in a team format. So we're going to have teams of 4 or 5 people, maybe over a longer race. So it's more like a conventional race. One thing for sure though, there is going to be a dedicated live stream or like somewhere. And there also is going to be a dedicated live stream on my YouTube channel. My strike has now been removed, thankfully, finally, so I can live stream on my channel again. I'm going to have my face cam, the race, and you know, we're going to make a massive thing about, you know, it's going to be we're going to hype this event's going to be insane. It's going to be the biggest Zwift race. Last time we got 1,300 people involved. This time we're gonna get more than 2,000. You know, we're gonna try and make this event absolutely massive. And yeah, I hope you want to be part of it, because guys, you saw how sick it was that time. You know, that was a warm up. I'm ready to race again. I swallowed a lot of humble pie in that race. Honestly, I thought I was gonna clean up. I thought I was gonna beat him. But yeah. He beat me, and that was it. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching today's video. If you want to be part of the rematch, if you've got any suggestions, any ideas how we can make this more fun, more involving with you guys, leave a comment down below. But with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like, smash a thumbs up for the pain that we both had to go through, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m.